Morning. I would first like to start by thanking the organizers for inviting me to give this talk. And over the next few minutes, I will go briefly through how to get fund for your research. Research is expensive, and usually institutions and researchers' own funding are never sufficient to fund a research project. So obtaining external funding is mandatory. External funding is usually obtained in response to calls from the funding agencies. They announce research topics that they're interested in, and you apply. And if your proposal is accepted, this is usually the usual source of funding. However, an investigator can initiate research or investigation-initiated research that you can convince a funding agency to finance your research topic. In Egypt, there are several sources of financing or research financing available. The Science and Technology Development Fund, or the STDF, the Munir Armanios Research Center, or MARC, the Newton Fund and the British Council fund research in Egypt and many other countries. The European Union Research Program funds research in collaboration with many other countries, and the pharmaceutical companies are a huge source of research financing. The STDF, or Science and Technology Development Fund, is an Egyptian government organization. It funds research in Egypt, and the STDF collaborates with international research funders from many countries in Europe and Japan and the US. And it announces calls for grants or announces grants and call for application that are open at different times. And they have calls in collaboration with other countries and STDF generated calls. Currently, the open calls are the Egypt-France Cooperation Program, which finances researchers to spend up to 6 months in a laboratory in France to pursue their research. The PRIMA 5, or Partnership for Research and Innovation in the Mediterranean Area. Currently, the topics are limited to water management and the farming system. And the Egyptian-Spanish Joint Technology Cooperation Program. This funds research in many topics, but in healthcare, currently the open calls that you can apply for are in cancer and stem cell research, chronic disease research, and geriatric medicine. You can go to the website of the STDF and find their open calls, their grant application process, and you can apply online. The Munir Armanios Research Center, or MARC, this is the first non-governmental private research center and funding agency in Egypt. Last September, they announced their first call for proposals for research and innovation in 3 topics: immunology in cancer and cancer research, multi-drug resistant bacteria, and NASH. They are going to fund 7 projects, and with a budget of up to 3 million per project. They're currently in the process, the final process of selecting the accepted proposals. The Newton Fund is a British fund that funds research in collaboration with other countries. It builds research and innovation partnership with partner countries aiming at supporting economic development and social welfare, developing research and innovation capacity, and fostering long-term sustainable growth. They fund research in all these countries. So if you are a researcher in any of these countries, you can go to the British Council website and find their open calls when they're announced and apply online. Over the past several years, we obtained several Newton Fund financing for several of our research topics in our institution. The European Union has a huge research budget. The Horizon Europe program has a budget of up close to 100 billion euros until 2027. However, funding has to be in collaboration with a European research partner or research center. Their health work program for 2021-2022 has a budget of 2 billion euros. They're going to finance 200 projects in 28 topics in healthcare. And the budget is between 2 and 25 million per project. On their website, you can go to the website and find their funding programs and open calls, and you can apply online. However, in addition, the European Research Center or ERC or Research Council offers grants for frontier research. These grants are awarded to researchers from any country, any nationality, working in any field of research, including healthcare. And they select the outstanding researchers and invite them to pursue their research in a European country or associated country. So this is open to anyone who has an outstanding idea or outstanding research topic proposal for obtaining funding from the ERC. The ERC budget for 2021-2022 is close to 4 billion euros. And finally, pharmaceutical companies, they fund topics related to their own research and development agenda and their drug development pipelines. In 2020, the total global research budget for pharmaceutical companies was close to 200 billion US dollars. To obtain funding or participate in a pharmaceutical funded trial or research, you have to establish a clinical research team. Your research team has to be GCP or trained and certified in good clinical practice. You have to have a track record or history of publication and research so that you can obtain international visibility, so that global pharmaceutical companies can come looking for you to participate in the research. You have to show that you have data that's available and cases that are available in the disease area that is under investigation or study. The most important thing to obtain financing for your grant is the quality of writing of the proposal. Your proposal has to be outstanding, catchy, and convincing to the reviewers and to the funding agency. So there are many grant writing workshops that you can participate in and take. There are courses, there are scholarship. The Africa Research Excellence Fund is, you can go to the website and they train in proposal writing, and they have the scholarship and courses. There are many courses online that you can take. There are companies that are specialized in proposal writing, so you can obtain the help of a paid company that can help you in writing your proposal or write the proposal for you. And there are companies that partner with the researchers in the research program. So there were several proposals included among the consortium, specialized writing company as a partner. And many institutions and universities have grant offices that help the researchers write their grant proposals. The proposal must be clearly in line with the core topic and aims. And you have to know that reviewers have little time. They don't spend a lot of time in each proposal. They usually a maximum of 4 to 6 hours. And the proposal must appear clear and outstanding within the first 15 minutes. So your catch is your first part of the proposal has to be very clear, concise, catchy, and showing excellence. You can use figures and short sentences, and a short, concise proposal is better than a long proposal. If your proposal is 30 pages, it's better than being 70 pages or 100 pages. Don't give as many or as much information as you can, but your information has to be very clear, concise, and focused on the bold key points of the proposal. You have to summarize your ideas at the beginning of each section and provide a short and clear conclusion to each section. And you have to focus only on the strong arguments. Don't go into debates and futile arguments in your proposal. The evaluators and reviewers focus mainly on the excellence of the proposal, the impact that the proposal or the work will have, and the quality of the implementation. Is the proposal in scope with the grant topic? And are the partners qualified to carry out the proposed work or not? So in excellence, you have to show clearly the extent that your proposed work is beyond the state of the art. You have to demonstrate your innovation potential, that you have groundbreaking objectives, novel concepts, and you're going to develop either new products or services or organizational models. You have to show your interdisciplinary approaches and how you are going to use stakeholders' knowledge. And you have to clarify in your proposal what a great issue the project is addressing, the importance of the topic. You have to present it clearly and briefly. And you have to show that the issue under investigation is not merely a scientific problem, but a societal issue, an important issue for the society and for humanity, and demonstrate that the methodology will solve the problem. And usually the best solution is not a good technology, but a technology that can be exploitable and marketable. A solution that can reach the public is much better than a technological solution that will take many, many years to develop. You have to clarify and stress on how innovative the proposed work is. And innovation is not just in research. Innovation is to bring the technology to the market or to the patients. The aim is to develop a new technology that has market applications or health impact. So the reviewers focus on excellence and implementation, not just the excellence. And you have to show that the group has the best partners and the best qualified researchers, and they are all state-of-the-art partners. You have to show the impact and that the proposal will have an impact. So excellent science is not enough. And the impact is not the results of the project, but how the results will affect science, the society, the health system, the patient community, and the economy. And you have to show that the quality and effectiveness of the work plan, and to show the extent that the resources assigned to the work packages are in line with their objectives, that each work package will be able to reach its objective. You have to show the appropriateness of the management structure, including the risk management and innovation management, and the complementarity of the participants. So in conclusion, funding opportunities are available from different venues and agencies in Egypt and in all other countries. Grant proposal writing is of key importance, and this has to be your focus, how to write an excellent proposal. And the proposal has to be concise and sharp and catchy and convincing to the reviewers and the funding agency. Your excellence has to be outstanding, and you have to show how outstanding the excellence part is. And you have to show the impact and the methods to achieve the impact. These all have to be shown and explained. So I end up by wishing you all the best in obtaining research funding and the best in your research careers. And thank you very much.